Welcome back to the Grep News podcast. I'm Bam Rather, and our show today is about how leaked private messages exposed disturbing extremist content among rising Republican leaders. Let me walk you through what happened when someone decided to leak 2,900 pages of private Telegram messages from young Republican leaders across multiple states. And that's when I realized we're not just talking about a few bad jokes that went too far. We're looking at a systematic pattern of extremist slogans, hate speech, and white supremacist code phrases circulating among people who had direct connections to political power. The question isn't whether these messages are shocking. The real question is how deep this rabbit hole goes when you start pulling on the thread. What Politico uncovered matters because of the details. These weren't random internet trolls hiding behind anonymous accounts. These were young Republican leaders from New York, Kansas, Arizona, and Vermont, some of whom had worked in the previous administration or on campaign teams. They're using encrypted platforms like Telegram, the same app that's become the go-to for everything from cryptocurrency schemes to political strategy sessions. And here's where it gets methodical. Over 7 months of messages, documenting not just casual bigotry, but celebration of violence, offensive jokes, racial slurs, and someone expressing admiration for history's most notorious dictator in a chat with people they work alongside in political organizations. Now, Peter Junta, the New York State Young Republicans chair, claims these logs were obtained through extortion. That's the classic deflection playbook. Attack the source, question the method, avoid addressing the content. But when you're looking at nearly 3,000 pages of documentation, the volume alone tells a story about culture and tolerance within these circles. More after our break.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners, Nike basketball is for basketball. Nike craft is for everyone else.
The professional fallout started immediately. Junta lost his job. Joseph Maligno, out. Vermont's Sam Douglas facing bipartisan calls for resignation. The Young Republican National Federation demanded immediate resignations while talking about maintaining the highest standards of integrity. But here's what caught my attention: the response mechanics. Schumer saying every Republican leader should condemn these comments. Jeffries calling them sick people who must be held accountable. Meanwhile, Vance tried pivoting toward Democratic extremism, as if political hate speech is some zero-sum game where pointing elsewhere makes your problems disappear. The fascinating thing about modern political scandals in the encrypted messaging age, these platforms were supposed to provide privacy for legitimate organizing. Instead, they've become digital paper trails for behavior that would have been whispered in back rooms decades ago. This isn't just about young Republicans who got caught saying terrible things privately. It's about extremist rhetoric normalization in spaces where tomorrow's political leaders develop. When people feel comfortable sharing hate speech with professional colleagues, we're examining systemic cultural problems. The investigation's beautiful architecture lies in its documentation, mapping exactly how extremist language circulates through political networks, how encrypted technology enables both legitimate organizing and dangerous recruitment, and how internal party tensions create conditions where these leaks become political warfare weapons. What this means: private communications have become accountability's new battlefield. The same tools protecting legitimate political organizing preserve evidence of behavior that should disqualify people from public service. Democracy might depend on understanding that contradiction. Thank you for listening to Grep News. If you are enjoying our podcast, please follow the show, give us a 5-star rating to help us grow, and learn more at grep.news. Until next time.
Grep News. Thomas.